It is a beautiful trip as you make your way to Vancouver Island on the ferry, which is where we are this week here in Victoria for the 2020 BC Junior Curling Championships presented by Best Western. We are here at the Victoria Curling Club for this afternoon's Draw 4 matchup between Team Bowls and Team Buchy. Let's quickly meet the teams. First off, Team Bowls from the Delta Thistle and Victoria Curling Club. Starting from your right to your left on your photo, it's lead Sasha Wilson, second Haley Dubois, third Kayla Wilson, and skip Elizabeth Bowles. Then their opponents today, it's Team Buchy from the Kimberley, Kelowna, and Vernon Curling Clubs. From left to right on your screen, Cassidy Schwarzley, Caitlin McGilvery, Jalen Cotter, and Kayla Buchy. You are having a fantastic afternoon. I'm Jordan Kiss alongside Melissa Saligo for this one. It's Team Bowls will have the hammer to start us off here in the first end. The lead, Sasha Wilson. Team Bowls coming off a extra end victory this morning against Team Calhoun, where Lizzie made a run back in the extra to win. I don't know if you saw that, Melissa.
I did. It was fantastic.
Yep.
Just Maeve Calhoun made a perfect draw on her last one. Couldn't have made it any better, but Lizzie found a way to one-up her. And
yeah, it was pretty much the only shot she had, and it was just a perfect run back and stuck it and won the game.
Now, Team Buchy coming into this one 1-1. It's their first game of the day. They lost their opener to Team Richards on this sheet in draw 1, but came up victorious against Team Taylor last night. And you know, provincial, sometimes playing on the ice more than once is an advantage. Do you think Buchy might, even though they're throwing the different set of rocks, is there maybe a slight advantage in this one going their way?
I mean, there might be a slight advantage. Anytime you can see a sheet of ice more than once, it does give you an idea of what to expect and what to do. As we've said at the beginning of the broadcast earlier today, the ice won't change a lot. It's very, very consistent throughout the week. Lots of curl, really fast. The ice makers, Mike Merklinger and Cody Hall, have done such an amazing job with it. And of course, as you mentioned earlier as well, we've using Curl BC rocks, so there's lots of curl and they're very active.
So that rock comes in, corner freezes the red guard that is Team Buchy. So we have to Caitlin McGilvery to play and come around those staggered guards. Now this team, Buchy has had success together. They did win a U18 championships together not too long ago.
Yep.
Yeah, they played together the U18 championships at the Wanda Fuka Curling Center last year and went on to have some success at the national championship in Alberta. I believe it was in Sherwood Park, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. They did win a provincial, so.
Easy, Ted.
And for the Bulls, it's the second Haley Dubois. Team Bulls 1-1 as well. Of course, as mentioned, the victory over Team Calhoun this morning, and then Team Bulls coming on the short end against Sarah Daniels last night.
Actually, roll it away. Okay.
3 playoff spots up for grabs, 7-round robin games. And we mentioned in the first draw, Melissa, that any of the 8 teams on the women's side could make the playoffs. But I feel these 2 teams here, we know they have the capabilities to win a junior championship. But it feels like this week both of them are kind of sliding under the radar a bit. Nobody's really expecting them to be at the top.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, we did comment on all the women's teams being, pretty good. They've all beaten each other at different times throughout the season, but it's really comes down to this week and how you perform it this week. We saw the game earlier. There was some great shots, some missed shots. There were some opportunities, and that's always what you're going to see at this level of play. And these two teams have been pretty quiet so far, but I expect that we'll see both of them towards the end of the week as well.
Hey, that's pretty.
Whoa. Whoa.
Nice. Okay, you got it.
So they're going to play a hit on the open one.
Let it work. Nope, it's all good.
They'll come to the
9-8.
nose.
That's just why it ran a little straighter there.
Team Buchy up now.
G-line coming this way.
Qualified in the open playdowns at the beginning of the month in Kelowna. They defeated Team Drexel 2 games in a row to secure their spot here in Victoria.
Didn't quite come over the way your 10 did, so.
As Jalen Cotter gets set to throw.
Spot, though. Good spot.
Good to see her back. She did leave the game last night, I believe, due to illness.
Whoa. Whoa.
It is nice to see her
Yep.
back playing.
Hard roll, hard roll. Okay, good.
Hey, he does go around it, hey?
So you look at the partial roll, just biting the
Glad
12
you,
foot.
like, try for that.
You know, that Team Bulls Blue Rock is a nice spot. You can hit it and both reds will go.
I just don't want to kick this like that.
And it eliminates the staggered situation.
Don't mind that if you like it. 10? Actually, let's go 11 here. Yeah.
So Liz has chosen to hit the red stone that's top 12 and roll away, but I agree with you, Jordan. You could actually run the blue stone into both reds, get some action off it, and actually split your two blue ones so that they're in good positions for the
Whoa.
upcoming rocks. But
Yep.
you want to make sure on this shot for Kayla that she
Okay, whoa.
keeps her
Joshua,
shooter in
get over,
play.
get over, get over.
But looks like this one's over curling a bit, so plan B might be there.
So they will spill the shooter
11-3.
in, but it is the red one at the top, the 12. That is the shot rock right now for Team
Good
Buchy.
shit there. Like 9-5.
Jalen in the hack.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. That was my bad.
You're
Okay,
good.
good
Don't
Will
worry.
hit and nudge their red one over, partially buried, but could leave a double here
You like that?
for Kayla Wilson.
That was a very awkward encounter.
Kayla
I
and
don't think
her
that really does
sister
much for us.
Sasha
Kinda like that.
playing in their home club, both from Victoria. So know lots of friends and family cheering them on this weekend.
Good throw. No, I need to time hits more.
Their younger sister, Cheyenne, probably in the building at some point,
So hard.
watching her older sister. She's one of my best friends, not gonna lie.
It's an all lefty back end for this Bulls team.
No.
Kayla and Lizzie are both left-handers, which I really appreciate.
What are you saying? Are you left-handed?
I am left-handed, yes.
Just a bit of an overthrow there, maybe by Kayla. I think either too much ice or a little bit too much weight. Didn't curl quite as much.
At the end. I could have called one for center, but
So that the last rock here in the first end. Team Buchy is sitting pretty good right now, sitting 2 at the top of the house. Now they're just trying to figure out. Looks like they're just trying to block the,
But if
you know, the entire front of the house here. Maybe play over to the left side. Just kind of.
I almost like,
Like the
without
draw.
hammer here, Jordan,
wanna do
the
this
straight back tap.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Get there in the 4 foot as well.
Yeah. I don't think with skip stones there's really any point in hitting third shot at this point, so I really like the tap here and put a ton of pressure on Elizabeth Bowles. I think they've elected play the hit.
Yeah, I believe so. It's biting.
Yeah, I really don't think you need to hit this rock right now. I don't think it's doing you any harm.
Should I?
And not much risk involved. You know, probably if you do tap, you are going to leave a double no matter what, which is maybe what they're worried about. Then it might leave Lizzie with a shot for 2, but I think they're just playing it safe right now. I think maybe their end plan was to force to 1, and they're going to stick to that plan.
For sure.
Caitlin. No roll. Right out.
Job done. She hit, and I think
Sorry,
we'll lose
I
our
just
shooter
slid
there, but at
straight
least
wide
got
out
rid of the
my
blue stone.
Hit and roll on top, actually. You hate that?
Sorry,
can
Jay.
make the
I
double,
slid
make the double.
super wide. I tried to get it back, but I didn't want to double.
Looks like it's just a hit and
Yeah,
flop
good
on
time.
top here for Team Bulls.
Yeah.
You could maybe try the
Just hit and
thin
roll on the
double.
top one.
Double and try to get a blank out of this.
Yeah, that might be your better option. If
I
you
think the
hit and
flop
roll
should
on
go
top,
fairly good.
it leaves Team Buchy with a couple of outs. They could throw a high center and force you to 1 that way, or they could put another one in shooting second shot somewhere else and force you to 1. So if you don't deal with shot rock on this particular shot, you're probably going to get forced.
If she hits and flops right on top, I think we draw like side forfeit, so there's no double for 2.
It's first rock for Elizabeth Bowles,
Because she could, if we just draw like.
former bronze medalist at the Junior Championships 2 years ago in Langley.
Hard!
So we'll come to the other side and sit for second shot. And
Like that, even if we roll big, it's not the end of the world. Normal right there.
Team Buchy just eliminate the blue rock and try to stick in and
Yeah, more than I.
force to 1.
Really?
Yeah, normal again. Do you like this ice bit better?
See what they do there? More ice.
Watch the roll, because if we roll like just a little bit and stay kind of right where Jay's broom is, that's good. But Cass, if we roll big and over, that's good. Just try not to leave a double.
So Kayla just explaining to her sweepers what the plan is and what to do depending on where you hit the rock.
Yep. Hard! 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 Roll! Roll!
Really trying hard to hit this one and get in the ring somewhere.
So we'll hit on the nose,
Yeah, same turn I did.
and it will
too.
give
That's not
Team
in
Bulls
me.
the
That,
blank opportunity.
that'll be good 9.
A little bit soft. Was my weight okay? Yeah. Just lazy, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Good 9 here. I threw 9-3 on my last, for reference. A little hot.
Final rock here in the first end.
You're good, you're good.
And that rock
Okay.
will just come to the nose, so it will be a
What do you think?
single point for Team Bulls here in end number 1 of draw number 4 of the 2020
You don't like
BC Junior Championships from Victoria.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Back here inside the Victoria Curling Club, sheet C.
Just switch.
It's draw 4 of the 2020 BC Junior Championships.
Yep.
Jordan Kiss with Melissa Saligo. A score of 1 for Team Bulls in the first. Team Buchy will have the hammer for the first time in this game. 10 ends of play here in Victoria. Each team is given 38 minutes of thinking time, and they're given
Line's
two
good.
90-second timeouts.
Okay, yeah, then all you. Tons of room right now.
And obviously a 5-rock rule.
Whoa. Never. It's all here.
So with that position of the guard for Team Bulls, that gives the opportunity to Team Buchy to try and get around.
Too much ice.
Most
Cass.
important there, it does finish above the tee line, but it is wide open.
It's an open hit and roll for Sasha Wilson.
Clean. Okay, whoa. Haley to stick around.
That's quite a bit of weight, Jordan. I don't think you actually have to throw
9-5.
that much weight.
Kayla, 9-5.
You know, you don't have to, but also some teams just have
Sorry,
that,
Liz, thanks.
usually the one hit weight that's comfortable. Of course, on an open hit, doesn't really matter, you know, what weight you throw. It's kind of whatever you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable throwing, you know, normal weight takeout for an open hit,
Line's
then do
nice.
that. If you're comfortable throwing, you know, back line, no, maybe not back line, but a hack waiter, then you do that.
Line's
But again,
really
that one
good.
being close, you know, usually board weight might be the call.
Yeah, and the less weight you throw on
Line's
this kind
good,
of ice,
line's
it's definitely
good.
more manageable.
Yep, hard.
And you have a probably a better percentage of trying to keep your shooter in play.
Whoa.
As Cassidy puts that right at the back of the pin.
Great shot.
Like just going
Great
to
weight.
it, hey? If you bump it, that's okay too.
It is draw number 4 here. 4 games in action. Sheet B, it's the more women's action. Team Taylor versus Team Douglas. On sheet D, Team Ballard versus Team Marr. And over on sheet E, it's Team Reed
gave you, like, a
versus
punch last
Team Parkinson.
Line's pretty good. Little bit of room right now. Little bit of room, guys. Line's getting better. Yep, actually, yep, line. Yep, line. Okay, whoa.
That's awkward.
Yeah, it's an odd spot.
Whoa, wait. Can you get there?
So Team
Okay.
Bulls
Okay, yeah, hack.
and Haley Dubois make a nice tap.
Yep.
You sit one at the top of the button.
That just shows how great this ice is. That thing was fully buried, and she got right to the face of it
Close,
and was
yep.
able to tap it to the back of the rings.
Yep.
Caitlin McGilvery, another lefty,
Hard.
trying to do the same, and they
Cass, go.
will get by. And the blue one will hit the red one at the back and be out, where the blue one just
You
hangs
like throwing
on.
the same weight earlier? I like throwing 10 here. Yeah. You can get there with 10.
Pretty much see all of that stone, I think, Jordan. So you heard Elizabeth call a 10. Might even get a little bit of a roll inside.
I believe that would be the goal. Trying to get behind your center guard.
Whoa. Close. Kayla a bit. Roll it away.
So hit is made. They will roll out,
Do you like
but
this
they are
or
sitting
this?
2.
Probably could have just got her throw 11 there.
Yeah, the other main goal there obviously was to avoid the one that was in the back of the 12-foot.
9-8. good. You just pitch that a hair.
So the same thing here for Team Buchy, hit and roll behind. Of course, we mentioned pretty much almost every game we do is the hit and roll's the hardest shot to make,
Still threw it really good though.
Close.
especially on this ice and these good, even on the, like we say, this is great conditions, and a hit and roll is
Yeah,
still
roll away,
extremely
Yep,
hard
yep,
to make.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay, that's good.
So that one will just come to the nose.
10. I like this turn.
So both
still.
teams will keep trying this until one of them does make the hit and roll. And for Team Bulls here right now, they're in a good position to force.
So Kayla Wilson will get her turn.
Like same as other games kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are getting like
Whoa.
415s.
Whoa. Close. Close. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Haley. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll.
So they will get the roll,
10-8.
and it's not going to make the roll easier for Team Buchy, but I believe it is still there.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot. Nice call by Liz. Yeah, I can just maybe edge to edge now.
Hard early. Whoa. Cass. Cass. Hard go. Hard go. Right up.
They will hit it and they will stick it. The red rock is the shot rock on the
No
left side.
eh? Okay.
I don't know if you heard
Wait,
that
wait.
call, Jordan, but you heard Kayla say right away, hard early, and that was to try and hold the line as straight as possible for as long as possible, and then halfway down made an adjustment on the call. So really good, really smart play there.
Clean. Same. Whoa. 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 Nope. Let it work. You're good.
This rock will come to the nose. Sitting to split.
Big roll is
And
okay.
tough
what would you
situation for
like?
Team Buchy right now because you would love to hit and roll, but
Okay.
that's very long ways to go.
I didn't like trying.
It is, and I guess maybe you could over-roll it as well, so you roll it in front of the other blue stone that's at the back of the 12.
Same words you like.
Yeah.
I mean, another option is obviously ignoring both of those stones in the 12-foot and coming around
Right
the corner
on,
guard,
hard.
or sorry, center guard.
Hard. Hard for nose, Cass. Hard.
Because if you happen to roll out, you know that that's what Team Bulls will do.
Okay.
It will roll.
I think you just go around now. If I drop it a hair short, I drop
It
it
looks
a hair
like the blue
short.
one is second shot, or excuse me,
Yeah, I
first
like
shot at the back of the
15
12 as
is
the camera
close,
works its way down, and it is. So as you mentioned, Melissa, a chance for Team Bulls to come around their center guard.
Yeah. 15?
I thought you threw that good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I don't think we don't need to hit. Pardon? Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
No, they're half out of the ring.
Good conversation there by Team Bulls. They were discussing
But,
whether or not they needed to
15
hit,
here,
and they
guys?
don't. They
Top
don't
eight,
really
yeah,
need to
I
hit
don't think
the
we need to
rock
go
that's
deeper than
second
that.
Of course,
shot.
the dead jabs.
But what they also can think about on this shot is it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to outcount that red stone. If you can get it half buried, that's ideal. Don't even need to fully bury it.
Just top 8. Can you go back?
Sweepers have backed off this one. As Kayla will come out and she will sweep it through the house. Now it leaves
Is that hot?
some quick turnaround
Did you
here
get
as
time on that?
now Kayla has a shot to sit too.
Yeah, that's quite a turn of events for sure. And that's the
Really
important.
try
If
to
you're going to
stick
call
here.
the draw, you really got to put it in the paint somewhere.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Team Bulls, it went through the ring. So great opportunity here now for Kayla Buchy and her team to hit and sit 2
Normal.
with one opposition stone to come.
That's okay.
It's pretty much stick in the rings. You don't really know specific place you need to roll.
Close.
There's Kayla
Yeah.
Buchy,
Whoa,
a former
whoa.
bronze medalist at herself at a BC Juniors in 2017, playing with her sister Alicia.
Nice shot. Does the job.
That's good.
That's for 10. Maybe a hair more, actually. She threw 9.5.
I kind of panicked a bit.
Yeah, just 10. Try and roll under if we can. Yep.
Just gonna try roll under here, make the shot for 2 as difficult as possible.
Off. Off.
Get ready. Get ready.
Sasha?
She will just hit it on the nose.
Same weight.
So same shot here for Kayla, and
Same ice.
get
whatever
her
you want.
2 in end number 2.
Just ran really nice on that spot. Just ran really good down there. Felt like close reach. It looked good.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Sweepers have backed off it, but it looks fine. Jalen gives the wave, and it is going to be a score 2 for Team Buchy here in the second end. They'll now lead Team Bulls 2-1, head into end number 3 from Victoria at the 2020
Sorry, I'm not.
BC
I'm not
Juniors.
meaning
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Line's really nice, girls. Split the floor. Line's good. Room right now. Line's fine. Line's fine. Looks like it might die. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let it die. Let it work. Let it work. Perfect. Nice.
2-3.
First rack for Cassidy comes right to the 4-foot. Send number 3, draw number 4. Team Buchy with a 2-1 lead over Team Bulls. It's the 2020 BC Junior Championships presented by Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC.
Kayla.
Team Bulls looking for a corner guard, and this one's going to slip into the rings
sweet.
by Sasha
14-5.
Wilson.
All good.
It's not going to help you set up your
Hey.
end.
No, it's sometimes it goes unnoticed the importance of lead rocks, but if your leads can't get the guards up, your kind of end plans thrown out the window.
Agree.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Yep. Okay, whoa, whoa. it,
So
Jay.
they're going to
big.
try to
Roll it
roll it
big.
behind their own,
Okay, sorry, Cass.
and they will roll it over
I think you can do one more,
to the
right?
forefoot.
2, 3.
Soft.
Yeah.
That's okay. I thought it'd roll like kind of edge of 4 over there.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I get them off of it now, maybe it can roll big the other way.
Yeah.
Like,
Once you said whoa, I was like, I got you.
I got you. Same wavelength.
Okay.
Line's
You threw
good,
those good
same
though.
path,
No, I knew what you meant.
same spot.
So Team Bull is going to try to throw the corner guard
Starting
once
to
more.
curl.
I think the brushers might have indicated it's heavy again.
He's trying.
Really
go
don't
all the
want
way
this
in,
one in
go
the
all the way in.
rings.
And it is going to slide in.
15-3.
Nose is fine. Okay.
That's going to make it very difficult this end, Jordan, to try and generate any multiple point ends. So I'm going to probably look to Team Bulls to start cleaning things up at this point. It's,
I would expect so, especially
yeah.
you got 2 rocks right in the forefoot.
Whoa, right off.
No path to the
Close.
button.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just going to try to roll over once more.
No. Good.
And it is Team Buchy sitting the 3.
Nose. Yep. 9.
We get the Dubois.
Whoa. Close, yep.
Let's try to make it double.
Whoa. Yep. Sorry about that.
So only
9-4.
one of the reds will go.
Got 2 of those rocks moving, so that's pretty good, but it does
No,
it
you
does
threw it
push
okay,
it
that was
behind
on
the
me,
T line
eh?
at least. Still an opportunity here for Team Buchy to lie 3 and put lots of pressure on the Bulls team.
And another chance with the open
Close.
hit.
Whoa.
Again, rolling out isn't the worst thing here. We got
Yes.
2 rocks that are already separated.
Okay, good.
Well, right on the nose.
I like trying for a
Now
double
this
still.
Bulls team, they're
Can
you know,
do that.
I think pretty close to peaking. You know, they had
this happen?
the first year together. They had a slow start to the season. I think kind of, you know, I remember when the team was first announced, people were like, "Whoa, this is going to be a really good team." And they kind of had a slow start out of the gate. But I think every event they've played in, they've gotten better and better and better. And that's what you try to do during the season, Melissa. Is you know this very well from being a high performance coach. Is that you try to work your way, you work your season and practices and games in a way that you're able to play your best when it means the most.
That's exactly right. You don't win a Purple Heart or a Blue Heart or any kind of heart in October, November. You win it in December and January, and that's what these teams have been building their yearly training plan on. Sure, you want some success and some wins along the way, keep the confidence going, but the key is this is the time that you want to perform, and even during the week, you don't have to peak early. You want to make sure you stay in the games, get to the playoffs. That's your first step. Once you're at the playoffs, that's when you try and take it home.
10-3.
Of course,
Good
their
weight.
coach Todd Troyer has won 2 BC Junior Championships recently. For most recent one in 2018 with Team Reese Hansen as well. Coach Team Henderson to a championship in 2014, 15.
Okay, well then.
I'm
The
looking up to
banner's up
see,
here
but-
somewhere. I think it was 15.
Okay, that's okay, Jay.
Wait, do it, and even in 13, he coached Team Climb Track.
Yep.
I believe. Yeah. So, Team Bulls does have the coach that
So he's pretty
knows
good.
how to win. Yeah, I think he's pretty good.
Caitlin.
I like 9.
I heard he was a good curler too.
I heard he put it on the button during the opening ceremony as he was throwing
we
the
have,
opening rock, and there was
Yeah, just
no help whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is Team Buchy sitting
That's
2 right
true.
now.
Or we could have split.
Almost even.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
As Kayla Wilson throws.
No.
So they'll just roll under. We'll nick it,
I tried, but it didn't
but
really
not
work.
enough to stick in.
Yeah, just needed to curl another inch and would have had the
Try to go
double.
even. 8-9.
Whoa.
On Jalen Cotter's first one, it slipped through the rings, and the sweepers actually haven't touched this one as well. Didn't quite make the adjustment she needed to stick in
okay.
the rings there, so 2 misses.
10.
So opportunity now for Team Bulls to get out of this end.
And get the blank.
Your first one, do you want to know your times?
Yeah.
Okay, your first one I got an 88, and the second one I got a 4.
It's the last of the
Yep.
third
Yeah,
rocks.
almost a 420
Yeah.
for T.
Yep.
It's crazy. 'Cause
Yes!
it's like so close when you think about actual
Hard,
time,
Andrea.
Yeah, right?
but it makes such a big
Roll it,
difference.
roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
Good hit and stick there by Kayla.
9-8.
Should be a pretty straightforward end from
I
here
like
on
it.
out.
Yep, just hit and stick.
Real hair tight, but they held it really well.
As Kayla will head down.
I thought it was.
Kayla having to travel the furthest
I know.
out of anybody
Just normal.
from
Yeah, you
Kimberly,
just touched the bottom.
way out in the Kootenays.
Oh, there's a giant hair. Where'd it go?
Oh yeah, it was in play.
I don't know.
What a
Like,
great place to be from, the Kootenays. Just saying.
Yeah, the Kootenays will be our host for the men's and women's provincials at the end of the month, or end of January. We're in Cranbrook. Beautiful part of BC. Of course, wherever you go in this
Oh,
province,
right off,
it's
right off.
beautiful.
Absolutely. I agree. So Kayla looking for a hit and stick, and not sure it's going to quite get there.
All right, Jay, go, Jay, go!
And she hit enough to get it out, and Jalen will
Wow.
sweep it in just enough.
Just on extension.
Yeah, it's not really a jam
We
rock.
got it.
Well, it's
So
not.
now a chance here for Lizzie to find her draw weight. Free draw to the house.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like
15-5, hey?
extend. I'm like
Yeah.
dropping it. Like
It's, Sasha's second one was a
Okay, so
15-2, and it just
a
kind of
little
dusted
up.
to the top 12, so.
I think just in the 4-foot area. I'm doing that. Interns especially. So I'll,
Because of the subcenter.
yeah, all fours.
So she will throw her first rock. Does have a hammer, currently trailing by 1 point in the third end.
Felt there. Felt there.
And this one will slide through. Melissa, you got a time
I
on
like
that
biting.
one?
13-6.
that's fine. I
And we
don't
think
wanna
it's
leave it
about
short,
probably a
but-
14 and a half, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 14 and a half, almost to 15.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Thought I threw way less than my last.
That's usually the
But you've got
ideal
some time.
draw weight speed.
Try and like just bite. So if she hits, she has to roll. And she might choose to draw, but tolerance is slipping to like the 4-foot or whatever.
15-5 is what I was telling myself. Okay. Because I think that's right. Sasha's 15.
You can hear Lizzie in the background saying that she was trying to aim for a 15-5 on her last draw. So I think she knows what she needs to throw. It's just kind of just about the touch and the feel.
Just
15,
biting,
like, on its
girls.
own, for
Biting,
sure.
biting, biting.
And this is another rock that's heavy.
Yeah, both teams just struggling a little bit here with draw weight.
Okay.
At least this one will be in the rings.
I'm going to throw 8-5 again.
So second chance for Elizabeth to throw a blank. Had a chance in
Can't
the
tell.
first end, but nosed it.
Yeah.
8-5.
Did you have
So
to
she'll try once more, going out with the out turn.
See, and I would have said the intern, but yeah, right. She's
Yeah,
left-handed.
she's a lefty.
Let's go, guys.
Now I know.
How many lefties? Lizzie's a lefty. Kayla's a lefty.
Their coach is a
Caitlin's
lefty.
Yeah, Todd's a lefty. Caitlin's a lefty. I'm a lefty. Marcio, our producer's a lefty.
Oh my goodness.
Lefties are taking over curling.
Whoa.
It's going to happen.
Yikes.
Tyler Tardy's a lefty.
Whoa, whoa.
No, I've got
It's
him
gonna
changed
happen.
now. He's throwing his right
He's
hand
throwing
now.
right-handed now, just in time for men's provincials. As Lizzie makes the blank, then she'll take the hammer to the fourth end here. In Victoria, it's Team Buchy with a 2-1 lead over Team Bold.
My hearing isn't that bad.
Stop making excuses and do something about your hearing loss. Connect Hearing offers solutions that are discreet, reliable, and cost-effective. Book your free hearing test today.
You chase.
That's right, Skipper.
Oh yeah, my 3 feet of.
It's the best 3 feet ever.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, hey.
It's in, but corner.
I got my workout in for the day.
Okay. Let it try and take some curl.
Back here inside the Victoria Curling Club, we are on sheet C. Draw 4 of
14-1.
the 2020 BC Juniors.
Slip back 12 almost.
Updates on the other games going on right now. Sheet B, Team Douglas has a 2-0 lead over Team Taylor as they play 4. Sheet D, it's tied at 1 between Team Ballard and Team Mar, and Sheet E, the scoreboard's blocked right now.
Yep, yes, yes!
Update to come.
Hi,
It looks like
girls.
it's 1-0 for Team Parkinson over Team Reed. Yeah, that is, because they're in the third end right now. They put up third end score.
Kate, are you okay?
17-5, Sash.
So Sasha Wilson on her first one. Jordan threw it in the rings again, called the corner
Well,
guard.
Caitlin almost ate
You
it.
heard Liz say 17-5. That's what she wants her to throw, hog to hog.
I know.
That is quick.
Now
That
you.
is quick.
That is, ice is quick. We're talking
Really nice.
to Dan Wenzik over during the between ends there, and of course he's coaching Team Bow this weekend. And they had a tight corner guard that was a
get her going,
1675 hog to hog.
Right over, yep.
So it is
You're good,
lightning out there.
Great adjustment there by Sasha.
16-2.
Corner guard is made, and Team Buchy going to go around their rock. That is the top of the 12-foot. So Caitlin McGilvery will get a chance to get her draw weight.
Mine's good.
brushers haven't put their broom down. Now they have.
We're fine, we're fine.
Looks like the weight's pretty close.
We're by, we're by. Whoa, 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 right off.
Nice shot.
Nice one.
Great weight. Good job by the sweepers. Of course, now with the quick ice, the sweepers are even more critical now for judging the weight. 'Cause it's really, sometimes it is really hard to judge the weight of a rock on fast ice.
It is, I agree. You want to make sure that you don't oversweep it and you don't jump it. You let it do its thing before you make your call, and then you can carry it a long way after that.
Line's really nice.
So Haley Dubois looking for the freeze. Even a little bit of a tap.
Really good. Okay, go then. Hard girls, yep. Line's really good. Hard girls, yep. Hard girls, let's go. Hard girls has to be here. Let's go. Go, Kayla, go. You got it. Touch the plate. Rub it a bit, rub it a bit. Good sweep. 15-9. Yes.
So welcome to the top of the 12-foot.
It does. Thank you.
There's a jam, but we have to roll big.
As you
Or
can
we
see
do
the
this.
time clocks there in the background.
Yeah, like
Both teams
that.
at 27 minutes.
You do? I just don't know if that
Hey, there's you and I.
we need
Yeah,
light
hi.
control to stick the
We'll wave to
shooter.
everybody. Our nice little location here at the VCC, and there's Marcio.
I mean, yeah, as long as we don't dead jam. Okay. Yeah.
So they're playing the, looks like just to punch this blue one through the hole between the reds. Very risky.
Hard, 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 hard.
I would agree. It is risky. I mean, I don't like, and they don't like the position of that blue stone, obviously, but you've got one perfectly on the button right now.
Oh,
Nice.
and they'll just nick it.
What a great shot
And they'll roll
by
over.
Caitlin.
Good one more.
Just hit enough of it.
You got it.
I was gonna say, even if it clipped the back one and got rid of them both, like it's not the end of the world because then she doesn't have that in the freeze too.
But it is still open here.
We are
And looks like Team Bull is going to play to it.
Line's
got
good. More room than her last one. More room. Lots of room right now. Not moving. Starting to go now. Starting to go now.
Don't want to bump off this one. You want to get right to the face of it if you can. Got to get yourself out of trouble here. Now it looks like a really good shot by Haley.
That's nice.
That is great weight. It is
Fabulous
the blue
shot.
rock sitting there at the
It came over really good on its own.
top of the
Even
button.
if we do that, it's fine. I just don't like this there.
14-7. Good adjustment.
So look like they're going to make a play on it. Just kind of remove the red one at the back and maybe punch this blue one to the side.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
I think with those other two red stones in the rings, this is a pretty good call.
Yep, yep, yep.
If you think about your end plan, it is to try and force the opposition to one. You've got a 1-point lead right now, so that's an excellent shot by Jalen.
Picks it out.
You're still going to it almost.
Didn't make contact with the red one, though. Just moves it a little
Pardon?
further back in the forefoot.
Yeah, I think so. It's just back 4.
So trying to do the same thing here. Freeze to it.
Thoughts on the hit and roll?
Hit
Or
and
do you
roll.
like the freeze?
Yeah, you hit and roll, but again, you're behind the tee line.
True.
And, Team Buchy without the hammer will
Yep,
gladly
yep, yep,
welcome
yep.
that shot,
Haley.
especially
Haley to rub,
coming
Haley
down
to
to the
rub,
end of
Haley
this
to rub.
fourth end.
Hard to rub. Okay. I can't hear you guys at all. 13. Thank
So you heard the time there, 13 hog to hog. That's quite a bit of weight
Christmas tree
for a draw.
or this?
Got to be throwing at least a
I
14
don't
and a
want
half
to
to
jam.
15.
I like that.
It's a great opportunity here for Team Buchy to put a ton of pressure on Elizabeth Bowles and her team.
And I'm just going to go right in. Looks like right on the center line.
Not T, not T. Top 8 most. Top 8 at most.
Sweepers haven't touched it. Jalen was heavy on her 2 draws in the third end.
Okay,
and
yep. Or well.
This one not as heavy, but still up. And will come to the back of the 4-foot.
Still like it, or you like to
Jalen
play
still
with this now?
needing to try and find her draw weight. Still a couple feet heavy.
Getting closer,
It's
but
still
Getting
back
closer,
four,
yep,
back
for
four.
sure.
I know. Even I think I need a.
it's another draw opportunity,
even
another
I need more
freeze.
than, like a 4:15, and
For Kayla.
I never need that. I know, right? It's crazy.
Line's good. Line's really nice. T-line. T-line.
This looks a lot better than her previous weight.
I know.
She's got some curling to
My
do.
dad was always like, you need to
Sasha's
play
rock.
faster. I'm like, Dad, I don't play fast on purpose because I'm not on a
Just
clock."
Sasha, just Sasha. Kate, just Sasha. Just Sasha, you're there already. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, yeah, it's good. She had the weights, but just a little under curl.
Pardon?
I like peel though.
Took its time.
It is removable.
Yeah, she can pretty much nose that, and it's okay if she gets rid of one of her reds.
You have more handle.
Yeah.
Do you try
I
to
don't
roll
care
in,
if all of them go.
or are you just happy with the nose hit here, Melissa?
I think if you play the nose hit, it's above the
Heel.
tee line, and there's not much they can do. They'd have to try and do a hit and roll as well. But
Back button, maybe.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think plan B would definitely to be a roll an inch or 2 inside. Why not? But she's throwing peel, so it's a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult to be that precise.
I want to make sure that blue goes. There's not much separation.
Yeah, Kayla's main concern just getting rid of the blue.
Well, do you want to do normal?
I kind of like a little less weight, to be honest.
I don't mind. Yeah, normal is enough.
I agree. You hit anywhere
do
normal,
normal then.
or sorry,
Give me just a
nose
bit
or a
more.
little on
That's
the
good.
inside, that rock's gone. And that's what she's worried about, but I don't think she needs to.
I didn't think it was that wide open. So.
Obviously, the only place you don't want to hit it is on the outside.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So you will get the blue out. And
Almost
they'll-
over curled, hey?
Almost did.
Yeah.
But it is Team Buchy sitting 5 right now without the hammer.
Yeah, I think you got to dead freeze it, actually. Because I think they can still get it that, right?
I like that.
I think you have to freeze it. So that or trying
How was
something
that
like
better? Or how was that? Was it better?
Yeah, you threw it really good.
Okay.
that. About there, I think.
So it looks like, yeah, maybe Melissa is
15 then.
maybe the
Okay.
I don't English.
call to play right here and can I put your rock
15?
there behind the yellow one?
It's
Or the red
back
one,
eight
excuse me?
now. Like just
Yeah, they talked about the
Just
freeze, but
backing?
the freeze is
But
wide
let's freeze it
open,
good,
so
no
she could pretty
bounce.
much get that out if they tried to freeze in here.
Pardon?
So I think that's a good call, is
Back four, yeah.
trying to come around that guard, get somewhat buried,
Over here, Les, Kayla. Yeah.
and make it a little bit more difficult on Kayla to get rid of it.
Even games are like the coolest. So we're in for it today. Yeah, I don't have my vest on either. I honestly think second practice helps because then we don't go back into the warm.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're there. You're there.
And then we climatize.
You heard the brusher say she's there, so
If you can sweep our red back, do it.
This will come to the back one.
Was that the original call, Jordan?
I can't remember.
I actually thought she was going around.
Jam.
Good sweep, you guys.
That might have been plan B.
It'll jam though.
Now, is the jam? I think it goes through
Or
the
wait,
hole.
if we-
You know what?
Yeah, I think
Do you
she's
think,
worried
though,
that
if
if
we
she
hit
comes
here,
down
would it go
here
over
and
top?
hits it, it might jam on this one over here.
Yeah.
There's a chance, so
that.
I mean, this one will still
I mean,
be
even
counting.
if it jams here, this one.
And
It
then-
just depends on
yeah.
that guy right there whether
and
it'll
if
be
we have
counting
that
or
one here,
not.
there won't be a double. So she can't get two.
I think if you can hit as much as you can see, it'll go through.
What was the time on that?
You'll be sitting
Normal?
2 for sure.
I like it. I just want to make I want to make sure that blue goes far enough.
Probably
Hey,
15 here.
I like that.
Yeah, I saw that. It had
Yeah,
both
it
lines.
might clip that red, kind of roll up a bit. So
Yeah, maybe 14, 9.
yeah. Do you guys like
So
this?
Kayla's
Because we'll just
gonna
double
try
these.
it. I don't.
think it'll go
I guess
over
the
top
other
and back
option
it.
is to draw, come right down
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I think she's safe with this.
No,
I think
if
there's
we miss
definitely
that
a
R red,
possibility
like
that it
behind
could jam, but
it jams on the other back red.
if you hit what you can see, your shooter should
I don't
stay right
know, but
there.
if we double them,
And then
then
there's
it
one on the
probably rolls over top.
side 12 or side 8, so you should be okay here.
Even if it does dead jam, like we're outlaying that one with 2 or 3 other rocks.
Kayla's
so.
just explaining it for us.
Yeah. So she knows she'll be shot rock if she makes contact. And Lizzie will have a delicate shot for 2.
Whoa! Yep! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Red.
Lots of room by the guard, and they will get it out. It will take one out, but they will be happy with that. And they are sitting 4 here without the hammer.
Yeah, that's a
I know,
really
wait,
good
so
shot.
nice, eh?
You're right.
And they talked about that a lot, and they made
I
sure they
didn't know, though. I think
knew where to
depends,
hit it
though.
and
If
what
I
the
hit it
plan
thinner,
B
do you
was.
think it would have dead jammed?
So for Elizabeth now, a
Same thing here.
draw to full 8 foot.
Put it on the pin, guys.
I always do that.
Same weight
I like
there,
to talk
right?
to both of you.
Yeah.
Get her single
about
to tie
15,
this game
so-
up.
Sorry, Liz. Love you, but
Let's go, guys.
well, I'm just kidding. Well, no, I do love her, but
Sweep for T. You got
This is
backing
important to
all day,
communicate
guys.
what the weight is doing here with the sweeper so that they can let Kayla know if they need backing.
Right now it's on the back end. I think it looks like that's going to be a shot, as you said, Melissa, as you timed it 13:63 on the clock. And
you.
it does the job, though. It is a score of 1 for Team
10
Bulls
ends,
here in 4. They've tied this one up against Team Buchy and into end number 5 of the 2020 BC Junior Curling Championships.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
That's it. 17-5. Just make sure she's getting out to it.
Fifth end underway here at the Victoria Curling Club. Draw number 4 of the BC Junior
Let us
Championships.
sit down. It's got
Brought to
no
you by
line.
Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Join a kiss with Melissa
Remember
Saligo.
the tolerance.
We are tied at 2
13-5, guys.
after Elizabeth Bowles drew against 4
Nice
in
sweep.
the fourth end as
Thank you.
another
Do you like
draw
this or
is
this?
through the rings, which has been a common theme for this game, Melissa.
Yeah, both teams, there's
Just
been
if
some
we do that,
struggles
then
for
they
sure
freeze.
with draw weight.
This one?
By the fifth end, both teams
Okay.
should have a very good idea what draw weight is and what draws are doing. So need to make the adjustment for the last half of the game.
Feels like these teams know that this ice is quick. It's just a matter of feel. You know, sometimes it's like
Line's good.
you feel like you're pushing out soft enough, but you're not.
Careful, we got tons of room right now. Lots of room, don't overdo it. Okay, switch.
Yeah, this ice is
switch,
very
switch,
similar to
switch.
arena ice. It's quick, and when you slide, you can feel it. It's a very quick slide as well,
Okay,
and so you have to go
that's okay,
so
that's okay.
slow in order to throw the appropriate
Good
weight.
weight, Cass. Oh, sorry, Liz.
Oh, good.
It's one of those things where sometimes it takes a while, to find it,
Still
but once you
letting.
find it, it's very hard to lose.
No, that's
in,
okay.
in my
I wanted
personal
to say,
experience.
Like,
For sure,
to
I
stop it
agree.
so there wasn't a hit and roll, but then I was too late. Yeah.
Which is wide. I just wanted, because that one's so high, I wanted to be getting there. As soon as they suck,
Yep.
I was gonna put in that game.
Where?
Yeah, that's true.
Whoa, whoa,
Good call. You threw it good.
whoa. Sash? Try a bit, try a bit, try a bit. Any roll, any roll, any roll.
Try to get a little roll behind.
Really nice.
And they will. Nice
Oh,
shot
is
from
it high?
Haley.
I like this. Yeah, but this board, we won't stick. I don't know, Kate. We can try it if you like, but we have to do board.
You can see about half that stone, I would say, hey, Jordan.
Yep. No, definitely.
But board weight they're throwing. Should be able to get to it.
They are going to try.
Yeah.
It's Caitlin McGilvery.
Yes! Hard, Cass, hard! Okay, whoa, whoa, we're on ours, whoa.
Okay.
So they will rock on their own, and their shooter will spin out.
Do you like bumping this? Or you can do that. I like that right now. 2? Yeah. Yeah, 2.
So right now, Team Bulls sitting pretty nice. Got one rock in the rings. They do have a guard. Looking just to put another guard up.
Lots of room. Lots of room. Sasha's rock. Can you go, Sash? It's really got to move. Hard, Sash. You got it. You got it. Right to the line. Right to the line. Easy, 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 easy. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Just right to the
Really
Pearl
nice.
BC logo there.
16-3.
Nice
I
shot.
know. It really went good over there. 16-3. We know we can finish them.
We won't roll out. I think we'll just
Nice
roll
roll.
to here.
Here, Shiv.
Or we peel that, but I don't want to jam.
16-3.
So
Yeah,
Team
that's really nice.
Buchy
Or we
here,
peel
they
this,
want
but
to
I don't
peel,
wanna jam. Or we run.
but they're really nervous about
Can you see enough?
the blue rock jamming on the red rock.
Yes, yes, we are.
You might hear. We gotta hit. We gotta hit here.
Yeah, Kayla's just really concerned about it.
Can you see enough? We
Tell us
gotta
sure to
peel
stop
over
working.
top then.
Try one more time. There we
you
go. So just concerned about jamming it
I need a
there.
shot.
But
Or we do
I
that,
wouldn't
but
be
that's
too
the
worried
jam
about
too.
jamming it. You know, you have the hammer,
Yeah,
and
go
you
ahead.
need to open up that forefoot.
If
Yeah,
we
you definitely
run
have to
this way,
play it,
that jams
make
all
a play
day.
on it.
Peel that.
I mean, you could double
Into
peel,
this.
but if you miss the double
we need
peel,
this gone, so
then this rock here is still a problem for you.
Yeah, so well, they're going to try the double.
okay.
You need to
Right
make
here.
contact with that second
Yeah.
second
I need
guard
a
if you're going to
shot.
play this.
And again, like you never want to jam a rock on your own, but it's a very rare scenario where you're okay, where it's I think it's okay for an opponent's rock to jam on your own rock, and I think it's just something that's so uncommon you don't really think about it.
Yeah, I agree. And in this situation, because that rock's way out in the 12-foot, it's not a big deal at this point.
She will make contact. I wouldn't
Think
call
it's
that
out one
ideal.
more, eh?
Still leave the blue one and
Just
the
a
red
two
one up
this
there.
time.
So this is a good situation here,
I still think we
Jordan.
should've peeled on
There's
it.
definitely two options here. You could put a rock where they've called it at a guard there and try and go for a potential steal or a harder force, or you can actually remove this stone, hit and stick, and then Team Buchy would have to make a call on what they want to
Line's
do.
good.
So your ultimate goal here is to force to one.
Okay, line's
You
really
don't
nice.
want
You got it,
to
Jay.
give them the opportunity to
Nice
blank.
two if you can.
So you kind of
Room
decide
right
at this
now.
point as a team what your strategy is. Is it to try and
Where?
force by guarding or force by
Slash?
hitting and sticking?
Whoa, right to it, right to it, right to it.
This rock from Kayla Wilson
that's
slides in.
15-5.
Doesn't look like there's a
Peel.
easy double.
Try and
Almost
kick
nose
this
on
over
nose.
here.
The only problem with coming in on that shot is if they hit and roll under, yes, a blue one will still be in the rings, but potentially Team Buchy would be sitting second and third. So it brings another rock into play, into the fold. So it would have been better to have that rock out front.
That's
Rock will come to the nose.
We're still one. I like going around. That or you're
They
doing
do
this.
have the staggered guards. So Lizzie says she does like coming around, which is very tempting. But
this.
again, Melissa, it's,
10.
hit the wide one and sit two.
Fresh. No, good 10. Fresh path.
So they are going to go up to the wing.
And I do like Elizabeth's thought process on that shot about coming around those two staggered guards because it makes it more difficult for Kayla to get to them. But
Whoa.
also with a tied game in the fifth end without hammer, maybe just playing a little bit more defensive. And so I kind of like the hit here.
Hard.
Maybe in the seventh or ninth end, I would have suggested the draw
Roll it, roll it,
around
roll it.
if you needed the points.
It's my bad. Just ran
He will
straight
get a
there.
roll to the 8-foot. His team bull sitting two.
And that's a really good shot. It's tough to hit that rock out there right
we might
now.
get both.
Sorry. I just straightened out a bit, I think.
You heard Elizabeth say it's her bad. She was trying to go for a bigger roll and didn't quite get
make
it.
I stopped the time early, but it looked like
Even
it
if
was
we
9-8.
don't, that rolls here.
Update
This
on
rolls here.
sheet D. Through 5 ends, Team Ballard has a 3-2 lead
Is that
over
open?
Yeah, I
Team
didn't even know
Mar.
that spot. Good 10 there.
Yeah, me too. Normal.
Harder.
Are these blues lined up? I don't think you get any drag out of it.
Too far, I guess.
There's too much separation, but
looks like
maybe
it-
you might be able to clip
Yeah,
it.
you might touch it, but it does look like it might
Whoa.
go by. Depends where she hits it.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She's close. She's on and off.
Okay,
It's got
good.
the 1, and
Now it just goes by.
the good news is that both reds stay in play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good shot.
Yeah, just 10.
So this is where it becomes key for Elizabeth Bowles to have to hit and stick on this
That
shot.
was
If
so
she hits
close.
and rolls out,
Yeah, 10.
Team Buchy will
Let's go,
it'll be
guys.
setting up for
Roll
a
right
deuce
under
this
here.
end.
You threw it super clean.
Big roll if you guys can. All right. Easy 10 here.
I'm immediately cold after the other team won't know. Yeah? Yeah, like I'm freezing now.
So it's the first of the skip rocks in the 5th end. Remember, after this end is over, there will be a 5-minute 5th end break.
Soft. Hard!
Hard out, Jay. Hard out.
They're going to
hard out.
hit
Go, go,
it.
go,
Now,
go, go.
where's it going to stop? Jalen working hard to get it
All
out.
the way, all the way, all the way, all the way.
And it looks like it is third shot.
11, hey?
That's second.
Just didn't let you know that was 11, was
Kayla
it?
confirming that. So a chance to
Do you want to do like?
sit 2.
Do you think we could get that with hack?
I know, but like, kind of hard,
All right,
right?
are you in my? You're in your hat.
Give or take. I think that's close.
Okay, I like.
Now they're just
I like
looking at it
hack.
from the
Good
hack here
hack.
if they can see
Right there.
enough of this blue one. And you know what, hack weight shouldn't be too difficult to get to the nose. Of course, you have to avoid the jam here or else you're not going to be sitting 2 after this.
On the bright side of stuff. Maybe we know.
Just think,
You guys like
remembering this is an opportunity where a
Yeah.
left-handed thrower would have a
Yeah,
little bit
this
more
is-
advantage. Yeah, these guys are loving that comment. But being right-handed, she'll see a little bit less of this stone, so it'll look quite different for Kayla.
So Kayla Buchy in her first rock.
So just ensuring she throws hack weight.
Well then,
If she gets by, she's probably in good shape.
we're way out.
Oh, she's got a lot of curling to do, hey?
No, this is way out there. This is further than the broom.
Watch the fat.
And I don't see this one. Well, it's going to make contact with
Gonna
the one
make
at the
contact
back.
with the back, yep. A little bit lucky there.
But it is going to roll out.
You like it?
So now sitting 1 for
I didn't think I threw
I dropped
it.
it.
Team Bulls. And she is going to play
I mean,
the
my outs hang, but
come around.
That was crazy.
Give yourself plenty of ice here.
There's no way I threw it.
Yeah, this
that
is one of those shots,
8
Jordan,
feet
you
less
don't
than
get
my
fancy.
last.
You just put it in the rings.
Okay.
Like my, yeah. Like
Don't
just
need to
hold
come
it.
anywhere
12 is
close to that
fine.
red
If we bury it
stone,
good, that's good
that
too.
red guard.
I don't think.
Yep,
I
give you like
make it
2
good, but you don't have to make it
Perfect.
really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's make it good.
Goal after this is to be second shot.
Oh. Hard line. Room.
It
You
looks
want to
like-
hear
yep.
room. You don't want to
No.
hear hard line.
So it just needs to stop right
Go
now.
to Barry. Go to Barry.
Maybe bury a little bit. And they will come to the back of the 4-foot, biting the button. And Kayla's just
Where'd
going to
that
follow them
stop?
right down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty good
I
shot
like
there. Obviously, 2 feet deep,
Size up on
but
it, I
it's
guess.
fully buried,
wide,
so
eh?
puts a little pressure on Kayla here just to follow her down,
Closer.
give it to the brushers to finish it
Pardon
for
me?
her.
Needs a good
Yeah.
chunk of the
Like
button, and it
right
is
good
a
call.
draw
Like 90,
against
like
2.
I
Yeah.
like burying
So
it.
I'll try and give it to you guys, okay? Because I know we have backing, but I want to make sure we curl to it.
I wouldn't really call that blue rock backing.
That's pretty good.
I wouldn't either. I would just be throwing this to the tee line. You got to be very careful with your thought process here.
Yeah. I feel if you use that blue rock as backing, you're going right by it. So they're
Whoa.
saying it's all there out of her hand.
This one's a lot wider right now than Elizabeth's. Starting to make its move.
It just got a curl right now. Weight's all there. At least sit for second shot.
Whoa!
Oh, they're gonna maybe get a piece. It'll just come short of the button, and it'll be a steal 1 for Team Bulls here in 5. They'll take the 3-2 lead halfway through this one in Victoria. More action from the 2020 BC Juniors coming up after the 5th end break.
Oh, that was 5th then. Already?
My hearing isn't that bad.
Stop making excuses and do something about your hearing loss. Connect Hearing offers solutions that are discreet, reliable, and cost-effective. Book your free hearing test today.
beautiful British Columbia. We are here in the capital of our great province, Victoria, for the 2020 BC Junior Curling Championships inside the Victoria Curling Club. We have ourselves a great game between Team Bulls and Team Buchy. Team Bulls
It's top 8.
up 3-2 after stealing 1 in 5. So we get underway here in the 6th end.
Okay, line's good, girls.
Now, of course, 5th end
We
break,
might
chance to talk with the
overcurl this.
coaches. For Team Buchy,
we're gonna
Melissa, what do
overcurl
you
if we're
think
in, get
was the
off.
message from Coach Tom?
Okay, line's fine, all you. Whoa.
Team Bushy's playing really well, and what they need to do is just, I mean, it was just a little bit of a miscue there on our last one. She was really close to making that shot. So
Okay, going
pretty
around
much keep
it.
doing the same thing that they've been
That's
doing,
okay, too.
getting rocks in good positions. And,
15-5.
you know, for Jalen, she's had a little bit of a struggle with draw weight, and she just needs to figure that out. And I'm sure she's going to do that in the last 5 ends.
Apparently we gotta watch.
Line's way better.
I know.
Fresher spot out here. Kayla's rock, though. Kayla's rock.
Looking to come in.
Kind of chilly now.
Really
This
needs
guard's
to
got
move,
a
guys.
lot of room to curl.
He really needs to move. Kayla, you got to finish it. Go. That one just ran way straighter. 15-4.
Oh, okay. Do you like? I like this.
15-4, Haley.
So we can roll.
So we're going to play a hit and roll here for Cassidy.
Yeah, nice, just bumper weight, it looks like. Try and get hit and roll underneath.
Jago.
Let's update over on sheet B. Through 5 ends, Team Taylor holds a 3-2 lead over Team Douglas. Team Taylor will be in our feature
Or
matchup
actually, take
tonight
it open,
at
take it
7. So they take on Team Richards. And on sheet E, it's Team Parkinson up 4-3 over Team Reed.
I think I just needed to give you a bit less ice because I thought you threw it not bad.
That was a pretty good shot by Cassidy, even though she didn't get the hit and roll under. The key there, she kept her shot or her shooter in play to lie 2.
Whoa. No.
This has quite a bit of
Okay. 9-5.
weight on it, so it's going to roll out.
Yep. Slow it down, Haley.
Now seeing 9-5 here from Lizzie there. Just a little up. So Team Bushy now going to split the rings. They do have, there's the blue guard plus the red one at the 12
Line's
foot.
good.
Yeah, definitely 2 options here. They could obviously come around and potentially set up 3 ball, or they can draw to the open side and just try and take the play away from the center line. And I think that's what Kayla's thinking right now. It's hard to give up that steal and such a good end that they played in the last one. And so you just want to make sure that you give your team the best opportunity in throwing the highest percentage shots. And unfortunately there for
Like going around all
Caitlin, that
of
one
it.
just slips through the rings.
Yeah. This is okay.
So we're going to try the draw again. Try to get in behind. As Haley Dubois throws.
Line's really nice. Same path as Sasha's. Stop moving. Sash? No.
Again, just waiting for this one to move. But also needs to
14-7.
stop.
So completely buried, but about a foot too far. It's second shot.
Dead. definitely 15.
Okay, here's okay.
15-5 for sweeping. Yeah.
Of course, these
Yeah.
BC juniors, a pretty important one, of
14-7,
course, the
you're really
winners
close.
on both the men's and women's
throwing it
sides
really
will be
clean,
the
too.
home team at the Canadian Junior Championships in Langley, starting
Yeah, it's just really-
January
it's like
17th,
6 teams are going
if
to
I'm
be
not
Right
mistaken.
off, right off, right off, right off, right
That
off.
sounds about right, I think.
Top 12's fine. Top 12's fine. Line's really good. Yep, line, yep.
Do you feel that
You're
maybe,
fine, we're
Melissa,
fine.
with the chance to be the home team at a national championship, adds maybe a little more
Okay.
pressure to this event than maybe some other years?
I would fully agree with that. It's
Back
hard.
more.
You as much as you embrace it and enjoy it and want to be that home team, sometimes it is a little bit more difficult.
Sit half open that way, it's kind of an awkward.
You always want to perform for your fans and for your family, and sometimes there's a little extra pressure, but it's only felt by the athletes. It's not necessarily put on by anybody else. So,
Where?
but it's very, very cool to be able to play in your own province at the national championship.
Room. You have no line. No line. Wait only. Wait only.
It is a 3-2 lead for Team Bulls.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Off.
As this rock
15.
comes to the button, it is wide open.
Yeah, great weight, just didn't finish as much as they were hoping, so it is wide open. There's a huge opportunity here right now for Team Buchy. If they can get a hit and roll under,
Like even
they're setting themselves up for a really great end and would make Liz Bowles' team and their lives pretty miserable here right now if they get a perfect hit and roll under. Nose hit wouldn't be the best. It would probably set up a double.
Whoa. Whoa. Right off. Kate,
They just
go.
need this one to
Hard
move
Kate,
over.
Hard Kate.
We'll make, oh, not the blue
missed
double,
it.
but they
Oh, good.
will sit 3.
Yeah, I think just 11.
But again, that hit and roll is still there
I like 11
for
though.
Kayla Wilson.
6-4-2-2. 6-4-2-2. 6-4-2-2.
We'll see who can make this hit and roll.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard, Haley. Hard, Haley. Okay, whoa, whoa. Easy, Haley. You're good. 12-2.
So there, it's gonna be a little tight there, and they're gonna take off the guard.
That's okay.
Yeah, just a little tight out of her hand, and if you're tight on this ice, Jordan, as we've seen, it's really hard to hold it as sweepers.
I don't know if you,
Top
I didn't know
12's
you didn't.
fine,
So
girls.
we're gonna split the rings.
That's
Get
fine.
another one in there at the top of the 12
Where are
foot.
we? Do you need help?
My best friend, Daniel Wenzik, just won the
hard.
50-50.
If we're in,
Right,
get
best
up.
friend?
I think Dan owes me a couple drinks.
Are you good? Good. Go. Go. Okay.
And looks like this one came up
No?
They really can't
just
do
Okay, we're
short,
still doing that. And I still like 11.
but still sitting 3. And
Yeah.
again, that rock, could be
Yeah.
split in later on if you
It's
have the
just so
chance to
tight
do
to
so.
that
So
deal,
once
right?
again, as we make our way to Skip Rocks here, Liz Bowles has the chance to play the hit and roll.
Yeah, nice 11 here.
Yeah, she needs a big hit and roll here to get out of this end.
Try and roll on top of their red under that other one.
I don't know why I said if we're in, get off, because I forgot about that blue. Damn.
So it's the first of the Skip Rocks here in end number 6.
Liz indicating that the weight is up a
Other
bit, and
way.
it'll run straighter if it's up. Maybe try the double the other way.
So eliminate some reds, and we'll only get the one.
Do you like just this? I mean, if she comes.
So good opportunity here now
it's a
for
little
Team
hot,
Buchy
I
to keep
think.
this 3 alive. They can hit and roll behind the
do you think?
guard that was just thrown by Jaylin.
I think the risk with that, though, is that you leave Elizabeth with, you know,
The freeze.
it's a tough freeze, but if she can make it, it's gonna, you know,
Do you like
save
control?
this end.
Where do you like to flop? Open or?
There's nothing
Then
wrong
is
with
it- if she
going in
freezes,
either.
Or even just kind of where Jay's broom is. So it's kind of edge on edge. She doesn't really have a hit and flop.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you like that? Okay. Yeah, exactly. I have that top red, so I like.
Looks like if you do flop, you're still gonna be above. You might just be on the tee line, but still leave a freeze.
Yeah, so having a look at it there, she can hit and roll this
Close.
way, but as
Whoa.
you say, she might just slip behind the tee
Cash.
line
Whoa,
or
whoa,
right
you're
on the
good.
tee line. So
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hits made. She is gonna roll and roll open on the other side. So still sitting 3,
Sorry.
but does leave a pocket.
What do you like?
So you want to think about this right now. If you were Elizabeth Bowles Jordan, you can come down as we've
They
talked
have
about,
hammer,
try and
right?
freeze it right on top of that stone there.
Are you more cold after
You can
being
also
inside?
play the double and try and get rid of these
I
two
know.
and maybe
Like-
concede a deuce.
There's like really
Kind of like that.
If you
Well,
want to
if
get
I
out of the
know
end,
where
this
it
is
is.
probably the
Do you
shot,
ever like?
but if you
No,
ever
it's
miss
fine.
it,
I don't even
you're
know
giving
why I
up
went 'cause I
points.
was like, do you need
Yeah.
help? And you're
So
like,
it's
no,
risk
go
versus
right ahead.
reward here for Team
It's
Bowles.
just like instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Giving up 2 here right now with a 1-point lead
That's what
isn't the
top
end
is
of the
for.
world.
No, I know.
And
It's
they are
okay.
gonna call a timeout here. That's
I
their
think this is a
first.
great
Kinda
time to
risky.
do that and have a chat with
But
Coach
I really would
Todd.
like to get
It is.
rid of
It is a
something.
very big shot
Is the
here
thing.
in the 6th end.
Like, what are you thinking?
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, like, what would you do?
Oh, really?
You probably freeze the back one.
What was I gonna? There's something else I was gonna
I'm
say.
just ever wondering,
Even
do
if
you
you
ever try?
even
I
if
don't
you
think
just
can come this way.
just draw to the pocket there.
I can try
Yeah.
and run that red and
Like,
kick
come
it
back
for
and
the-
put it
It's
like
not.
here.
It's
I
a
don't
it's an
think you can
easier
get
draw,
there.
and
Right?
again,
I
it's
don't think you can
maybe
get
an
there.
easier shot than the double too, and then you can concede 2 that way.
Hello.
I'm wondering if you can actually even, as you just said, if you drew that way and try and get shot there, if you could actually get
Yes,
shot
no,
rock there.
that is definitely
Yeah.
there. No, if you take in consideration, Lizzie is a left-hander, and she's playing to
True,
the left-handed
good
side of
point.
the sheet.
Oh, is that there? 'Cause I
You
kinda
left her
like
sure
this.
have a lot to say today, don't you?
freezes and it
We know when it's our time.
might be able to
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
I
no.
agree. I think you're right. I think if we come in this way and actually get shot stone
Yeah,
out of
we know
it,
this spot. I'd probably
that's
get,
a
like,
Yeah.
really great shot.
That's a much easier shot.
And there's a
too.
lot of tolerance on that shot.
Yeah, if you're heavy, you know, heavy's fine there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down 2 with.
Still not sitting too bad. We're still okay.
I just don't want to give up 4.
No, that's what I'm thinking right now.
Okay, so why don't we fluck that one and roll over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, 10 here?
So you're gonna play
I
the
think you
hit.
need more than that. It's not really moving that much. We want to roll, so.
So 10 is almost saying we're going to concede 2. Is that right?
I think so.
Unless they're
Right, about the same as
hitting
my
and
last.
flopping on
your 10
that other one, but I'm not sure. I think it's a little
yeah,
bit
there's
deeper.
not a lot of room to flop.
No.
Me too.
Even if you do get a little bit to the inside, it's going to be a tough shot for Kayla to get her 3.
I agree.
Oh, it's like that hand stuff.
So it's the last shot for Elizabeth Bowles and her team. And number 6 with a 1-point lead.
Off, 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 off.
You want to be inside the line here, not outside, that's for sure. And I think based on...
Get it off of that.
Oh, this is wide off the corner guard. And right on through, and it's going to be a draw for 4 for Kayla Buchy.
Sorry, guys.
Didn't think that, honestly forgot about that corner guard, and it came into play.
So close to the same as my last one, hey?
Yeah, you heard Liz right away. As soon as she let it go, she knew she was wide, and unfortunately that one
Did you
ran in the same path and never got off the corner guard.
10
So
still?
full 12 foot. You'll put a 4 spot on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
Kayla was really close with her draw in the last end,
All you girls.
giving up a steal of 1, but she was perfect T-line weight, so should be really close here.
If we're there, just clean if we're there.
I'm going to clean it in.
Really, but personally.
And we'll hang on in the
Good judge.
All right, so
back 12. Going to be a big score of 4 for Team Buchy. In end number 6, they'll take the 6-3 lead to end number 7 here in Victoria at the 2020 BC Junior Championships.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Line's good, all you. Split the 4. Okay, line's really good. Okay, let it work then. Might die. Looks close. It's over curling. Pull 8 if you can. Pull 8 if you can. Good throw, Cass.
2.
It's Team Buchy with a 6-3
Just a 2.
lead here in the 7th end. It's the 4th draw of the 2020 BC Junior Curling Championships, brought to you by Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Jordan Kiss with Melissa Sligo.
Stop moving yet. No, Haley,
And looks like once more Sasha Wilson, a little heavy with her guard. This one might stay short.
15-8. We're in. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Did I hear her say 15-8?
15-8.
No, we're not.
And it's not in.
Remember, it's like a 17 right now, guys.
Do you like
It's
this?
perfect.
Exactly what you want. It does the job. Guard is a guard, as they say.
So for Team Buchy, it's all about playing the scoreboard right now. There's still 4 ends to go. So just ensuring that you're not giving up too many multiple point ends. And for Elizabeth Bowles, it's about scoring that deuce. It's about just trying to get a deuce back in the next end or 2 and get back in the game right away.
We might be splitting. Just let it work on its own.
Cassidy Schwarzley.
Okay, we got it. Yep. Oh, I can't sweep. I'm sorry.
So we'll split.
Throw another.
Red Rocks are parallel.
2.
Good plan B.
So they're going to throw the high corner guard once more. And
I could see it in your face. You're like, oh no.
for Team Bulls, it's about, you don't have to get all the points back this end. So it's about being patient and, waiting for your opportunity and just try to create that opportunity for yourself.
Where? Same?
Yeah, with neither of those rocks in the 4-foot,
Okay, let
throwing
it
another
work.
corner guard here is a good idea.
Let it work. It's just got to sit down. Sit. 16-3. Nice throw, Sash.
16-3 and not a brush laid to it.
It
Wow.
is quick out there. Cody Hall and Mike Merklinger. doing the ice.
This blocks that and the draw. Yeah, top 12.
So almost 2 shots with 1 here for Kayla. If you put it top 12, she's saying, you know, you're going to block the red one in the forefoot and block the come around draw.
Line's a little big.
And it will be pretty tough to cover everything, but I love the way Kayla thinks about it and trying to put it in a position to
We might have to split this.
block as many shots as she can.
Yep.
There will be something left here for Elizabeth Bowles to try for sure,
Where are we?
whether it's the hit and roll or the draw.
Yep, go, yep. Okay, well, I mean, that's good.
It's a nice line of
I like doing this.
reds, row, whatever you want to call it. It's 3 reds there at the top of the forefoot. But hit and roll. Maybe get 2 reds out.
No. No. Close, yep. Whoa. Where? Yep. Whoa.
Really close to being perfect.
Do you want to do this?
They were on and off it and just
Or
under curled a little bit.
Did
I kinda
no?
like
They
this
did
right
clear the
now.
forefoot up a little bit, but this blue one is wide open here for Caitlin.
So I imagine Caitlin just trying to eliminate the blue stone. If she can get a roll under, that might not be too bad as long as it's not in a position that
Close, whoa.
Team Bowles could freeze to it.
Whoa,
Should be above the tee line.
come on.
And a straight nose out there I don't think is bad
Nice.
either.
No, that's I think that's
Like
pretty
that
good.
now? Okay. This is fine too.
You what?
Team Bowles going to draw.
See, my shoes, I can totally do that. Okay, if she gets it,
Haley Dubois.
do you like freeze it? Like,
Line's nice.
let's see.
Little tight, maybe. Line's really good, all you. It's 13-8. It's okay, Haley.
Not light.
And it's another draw through the house,
I don't
but
mind
still
this.
in play.
For your reference, and May might.
But now a double peel for Jalen Cotter.
Everything down. Just slow
Of course, Dad Jim Cotter, who is here this week.
Like you could put a 16 in the paint.
I heard he's not a bad curler.
Just lock
I
that.
heard he's pretty good.
Yeah?
You got it. Let's go.
Well,
He won something called a men's provincial
clean, we're good.
Once or twice?
once or twice, maybe more.
Maybe more.
I got it.
I agree.
I thought we had more of that.
So they'll just take the top rock off.
Top 4.
So at some point during
Top 12's okay
this end,
too.
if it keeps going the way it's going, Elizabeth will have to make a decision as to maybe try and get out of the end. Maybe play a double and perhaps keep the blank alive, but as long as she keeps drawing around that tight center or tight corner, she's still trying to manufacture a deuce here.
Now she still has it, so she's going to try to get the most out of it.
Little tight. Yeah,
You
you
can
gotta
maybe
go
even
big.
Melissa maybe play a split on those blue on that blue one, and sit 2 kind of separated.
That's true.
Haley's rock right now. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, right around. Wrap it, wrap it.
This
wrap
one
it,
looks
wrap it,
pretty
wrap
good.
it. Right, go, 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 go. Really good sweep, Haley. 15-1.
15-1 for a draw. Now we're here in the 6th end too, and if you include the 2 warm-ups, it's end number 8. No, it's the 7th end. This is end number 9 technically.
Very true.
Ice is holding up well.
This is a good call by Kayla. She doesn't need to try and pick that rock out that's was just thrown by Kayla Wilson. Trying the run back, and if you just get the top one, that's okay.
Okay, that's fine, Jay.
Yep, they will just get the top.
I shouldn't have switched on her. The turn.
You like that?
Sorry,
You can go there.
Team Bulls will still, looks like they are second shot right now. And
I was just like, if I play this,
It's pretty close.
but the other way we only have like one option, you know.
I think they're shot right now.
maybe
11,
play a
eh?
little tap, or they're gonna board weight hit here. Kind of scenario like this, it's play the easier shot right now and make sure you're sitting 2 after this, or at least 2 in the house.
I would agree. I'm not sure that
Whoa.
hitting the back one, you have to make sure you get to the nose of it.
Yep.
But it's a lower percentage shot perhaps than just hitting the top one.
Really nice.
No one just
Whoa.
gets by, gets a little roll.
Fabulous
is
shot.
Pretty nice.
Was a little dicey there, but great shot.
Which turn?
Kayla's looking at this double.
This way?
I think it just really came off. It didn't look like it came out with that much. Or that little, sorry. I think that was what we had to do.
Now this is the only way that Team Buchy can sit, multiple points.
Yeah, try
Play the run, you're only gonna be sitting 1.
Yeah, like over
I'd like to see
curling.
it a little farther out than rolling under that, but it's not bad. Yeah, it took its time, so.
Yep! 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 Hard! Hard!
Gotta just get a piece of it. Enough to roll out.
Split them again.
Not enough ice.
You're like there.
That's good. Sorry.
15-2.
Those Team Bulls again split.
You heard the time she wants, about 15-2, hog to hog.
Interesting here,
rings,
'cause you
guys.
can't split them super far apart, or else you're only going to be sitting 1. So it's going to, again, Kayla might have another double.
15-2, right?
Is there, do you want this maybe back the 4 foot, or kind of top 4?
So there's a good look at it. You're right, Jordan. You have to be careful where you put this rock. If it's not second shot, Kayla's going to play the run on her redstone. But if you put this one too high, she'll play the double again. So I think T-line or better is good.
Starting to go.
It's got to be biting the back 4, though.
Right now.
And it will come up light. Something we haven't said too much this game.
Very true.
But a chance to play this short run, sit 2, and then Lizzie will most likely have a double for her deuce.
Just kind of dropped there, hey?
Just control. You like this?
All right. See where she puts these.
You see a lot of teams play the outside in shot versus the inside out. Typically what you're most comfortable with. And it looks like Coach Tom is calling a timeout.
Maybe he's going to say hit the open one.
I think his daughter said he's going to come out and say hit the open one.
Play the easier shot. Yeah, hit the open one. You're giving up 2, then you're up 1 with the hammer.
I didn't mind the call, but I agree with Tom. You probably don't want to give up 3, I guess.
Unless we draw.
Yep, so Tom Buchy will hit.
Alex Horvath would have played it all day long.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't have played that hit too.
Just kind of drop short there, hey?
Of course, Alex Horvath, the chair of this event here this weekend in Victoria. Big shout out to him.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job.
He's done well. I think he's done pretty good. Of course, he's the defending champion on the men's side.
Junior men.
Junior men's side, yeah.
And now he's too old.
Now he's too old.
I don't know. They were trying to run.
So Tom Buchy to head down. Tom, a pretty good curler himself, too. Couple BC mixed championships under his belt.
Well, it depends on where their two are sitting, because we might have a double for a couple, yeah. If like
Slash the double that way. Quarter rock.
I don't like that. If I'm going to play a double, I like the thin double.
You got to watch that, though.
I don't think that, I think that goes underneath, no?
You could just hit that on the nose and say, take your 2, we're 1 up with, control, and 8, 1 up with. Don't mind that, we're 3 up. Play the scoreboard.
Should we try the thin double, play it tight ice, and if we hit nose, it's fine?
Yeah, you could, just don't jam it.
Will this jam, Jay?
Yeah, I think it'll jam.
It's crazy thin.
It's right, yeah, it's right there.
I mean, this hitting it on the quarter like that is fine too, but I'd get rid of that, give him 2. It's fine.
So you don't like the thin double then?
Oh, I don't mind it. I just think it might jam.
So lots of
wanna make sure we
discussion
get rid of
here.
one.
They talked about pretty
we
much
try
just hitting
this.
this rock on the nose. That was one option, and making them draw for their 2. Tom came out and looked at the slash so that it's a little bit easier that way, and if you only get rid of the top one, that's okay.
I just want to make sure
The girls are talking about the thin double this way, but they're worried that there could be a jam over here, and they don't want to leave that option. So if they're playing the double, I think the slash is probably the best option. Should be fairly safe. If they get rid of one, that's okay. If they get rid of both, then it's a bonus.
Yeah, but I also like what Tom said there. To play the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
You're up 1 in 8 in 8 with control. You're gonna have the hammer.
confused.
But they're gonna go for it.
I might get used to doing for my first couple of rocks.
And the important thing, just make sure one blue rock goes away.
Yep.
Looking for about a quarter of the rock.
Yep, for nose.
Oh, now they're going for nose.
You're good.
So just hit it on the nose.
That's a great shot.
There?
And Lizzie's gonna have to make her draw for her 2.
And draw weight's been elusive as we've said this game, Jordan. So this isn't a gimme. She's got to put it in the 4-foot. She came up late on her previous shot,
Yeah.
so different
We have all
path.
the 8-foot to play with, so. Yeah, well, fight 4 really, but. You know, let's just pin it. Let's just do that.
So it's the final rock in end number 7. Currently sitting at 1. It's a draw for 2 to the 4-foot.
Here, more.
Brusher's indicating this one is a bit heavy.
Sweepers have backed away. Jalen will come out to sweep, and it will slide too far, and it'll just be a single point for Team Bulls in 7. They'll trail 6-4 going into end number 8 here in Victoria.
My hearing isn't that bad.
Stop making excuses and do something about your hearing loss. Connect Hearing offers solutions that are discreet, reliable, and cost-effective. Book your free hearing test today.
Back here in Victoria, draw number 4 of the BC Junior Curling Championships. It's a 6-4 lead for Team Buchy. They will have the hammer here in end number 8. Update on the 3 other games going on here this afternoon, on a Sunday afternoon. Sheet B, Team Taylor has a 5-4 lead over Team Douglas. Sheet D, Team Ballard up 6-2 on Team Mar.
Top 8's good, girls.
And Sheet E, it's a 5-4
Line's
lead
okay.
for Team Parkinson
Hard,
against
hard.
Team Reed as they play 8. I am joining Chris. Melissa Saligo is to my right.
All the way, you got it. Right to the end, right to the end. Hard, hard, hard. Okay, really good sweep, girls. Nice one.
So the high center was thrown by Sasha Wilson, and Cassidy just comes right in behind, top 12, great position.
You can see the time clocks in the back. Team Bulls with 13.5 left. Team Buchy with just over 10 minutes. And 10 minutes is plenty of time to play 3 ends, but if it gets really complicated, it might come down to the wire for Team Buchy.
They've used 1 timeout, so they have 1 remaining.
I think the important thing for Team Buchy right now is not let the clock get inside your head. I think sometimes when you're running low on time, you feel the need to rush.
No, that's a very good point, Jordan. Just keep doing what you're doing.
So there are 2 guards thrown up. So we have another chance for the come around for Cassidy. Thank you for joining us here on Curl BC TV. If you haven't already, subscribe to Curl BC's YouTube channel for
really
lots more content, including every draw from the remainder of the junior provincials here, plus exclusive interviews.
Caitlin,
coming up later will be the interview I had earlier with Holly Halfley. Very fun interview, and of course the winner of this game, the skip, will be. I'll chat with them afterwards as well.
This is just top 4.
Another great shot there by Cassidy, puts it in a super position.
A good hit.
That was really, yeah. I see.
With those 2 rocks fully buried behind the one on the high center, it'll make it a little bit easier for Team Buchy to do some peeling soon.
Line's good, and then it paper.
Little fresh out here. Little fresh out here.
Yeah, no, sorry, you're right.
Yep, gotta go line. Yep. Okay, whoa, you're over curling. Kayla, just move it over. Kayla, move it over. Okay, 16-1.
So will come just short of the house.
Or this.
So it leaves those 2 red ones buried. Now Team Bulls is going to come around, playing aggressive here without the hammer.
This is Team Buchy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
So Caitlin's first. She
Line's good.
could peel, but they've elected to draw around those 2 center guards.
It's Jay's. Whoa. Yep. Above, right here. Right here. Oh, sorry.
A little aggressive.
It comes right to the tee
Right
line.
to it. It's just splitting tee line.
Pretty great shot.
Little bump's okay.
It does give a bit of an opening for Team Bulls now to freeze right on top of it, maybe bump it a little. I'm not sure why they didn't elect to peel the center guards. Again, playing the scoreboard, you want to keep it fairly open when you're up 2 with hammer in 8.
Line's okay. Top 4 tee line.
You saw Kayla having a look at the clock, as you mentioned. You don't want to make
Yeah.
that a big
Switch if you
priority.
can.
Keep it in the back of your mind for sure, but don't make it a priority. Just do
Yeah,
what
it's
you got to
gotta get
do.
here, girls. It's gotta get here. Let's go. Hard, girls. Yep, let's go. Hard, girls. Good sweep.
Well, coming in the top of the 8-foot
15-8.
for third shot.
Yeah, we're 1-2.
On that one.
And now, no, sitting pretty right now is Team Buchy. So now, you know, you talk about maybe peeling the last shot, but now, no,
We're into
they're,
it.
they're up the guards right
Why
now.
we do
Like
this?
Kayla said right there,
Block
they're
the
into
tap.
it right now. There's no going back.
Yeah, is it getting slower out?
Definitely. There's no point in peeling now.
what it
It
feels
would just
like.
get you into more trouble than not. So
Not for shot.
No? We're pretty good still, hey? Yeah.
Team
that's
Buchy is
15-8.
in a very good position now, but it's so early in this end.
Yeah.
And I think almost every rock's in
It's overburied,
play.
but it's close. I think it
Yep,
goes
every
enough.
rock is in play so far.
But let's see here.
Hard early.
As Caitlin McGillivray throws the last of the second rocks.
Where?
So Coach Tom came out in the timeout in the previous end and made it very clear to play the scoreboard, but I'm not sure that the girls are maybe following that strategy at the moment. But as you said, they're all in, so they're in very good position now with sitting 2.
What do you like?
We'll
Run down.
sit on that
What?
blue guard.
Like straight back?
I guess the other thing too, Jordan, is if they are
We
in
can
some
try it.
time trouble, if they were playing peels rather than draws,
Yeah.
they would,
Just kind
you
of
know, maybe save a little bit of time too. So anyway, that's all in hindsight right now.
You gotta throw 8.
Yeah,
At least.
easier to decide what to do.
We've got a timeout being called by
Yeah, I don't know
Coach
if I
Todd
like this.
Troyer.
Time.
So that will be
Like-
Team Bull's final
I think you'd
timeout.
be better off. Like, I think you're better off either peeling that. No, that's not there. Yeah, peeling that, like on the C. Or putting another thing like here again, right? But I don't know what that does. I don't really know if they throw a guard up. I think you gotta start messing around with something, but I don't know what.
So Todd just made his way out to have a conversation with the team.
Like red blue peel thing, or what do you like here? Yeah.
We got that 4 stone into there. Can we just tap it?
It's overburied by like a rock.
How tight were we by the guard to get that one there?
Not that tight, I guess.
I don't think so. This is our only way
Yeah,
in.
but it's kind of where the blue one was now, because we bumped it.
This is our only way in right now.
Yeah.
See, there's nothing on this
There's
side at
nothing
all.
there, yeah.
Like freezing, there's no point. So I think you just got to try and tighten that up.
Yeah,
If
sure.
if
Just
they manage
wick it
to
a
get
bit.
One, we're still in the game. If they get 2, we're done.
Yeah.
So I think let's put some pressure on them and see if we
Wick
can get
this
some.
in.
Yeah, like opening up, I think, is not an option anymore.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
It's fine on
Let's go,
ours.
guys. Yep, let's go. I think you just throw back 8, though, hey? You gotta tick it more than this, though.
Okay, I'll throw back 8.
Yeah. Like, we don't, like, as we get by that, yeah. Yeah. You just gotta touch it like a foot a bit. You don't need to be shot. Second shot's fine.
Okay.
All right, so timeout is over. I think they've elected to play about back 8 weight and try and move, tap the blue one that was just thrown.
So third rocks now. Kayla Wilson.
Room. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, Sasha. Sasha. Go, Sash.
Just get by.
Yeah.
And they will make contact with the red, but roll
13-9.
back
Is
to
this back line?
12. Doesn't do him any real good favors here.
No, that was so close. It maybe just, 3-4 feet heavy. They needed it to finish past. Once it passed those two guards, they wanted it to finish.
Well then. Can we tick this blue? Yep, tick yes.
It's a little heavy, so Kayla playing maybe a plan B shot.
That's fine.
I think you gotta try it one more time, eh?
Does the job, just right there at the
You don't
top of the
think it's
BC
there?
125 logo.
Like, you threw back line. You threw back line and you barely skinnied it. I think you gotta go one more. Just wick it a hair.
So I'm going to try this once more.
We're wider out.
Yeah, you heard Elizabeth just kind of back 8, back 4 weight.
Yep. Whoa, Sasha. Sasha, just Sasha.
Line's better, weight's better. But they can't quite get to that one, I don't think.
No.
That was thrown absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you couldn't get any closer to that guard.
Throw a spinner.
Sorry, Kayla.
Team Buchy going to guard this side. I don't really think
so
there's anything on this side to guard.
I don't either.
I think because right now Lizzie still has the draw to the 4 foot to limit the damage on the other side of the sheet. I'd be more concerned about that right now.
Yeah, I don't think you can get by that and still do that.
Whoa.
You gotta go wide out though, hey? I think it's
We'll
there.
put another rock up front, and I said,
Just try and get as
Lizzie,
close as we can, even if I go
no,
back
she's
here.
able to bury a piece of it here.
They might try it again.
I think I can get. I know I can get
You
there.
just get top of the button.
I think that's close, hey? 15. Okay. No, it's pin. Yeah, you never need to go back 4. If you have to go back 4 to really bury it, go for it. But yeah, just for T-line right now, Haley. Yeah, like 15, 2, I think is close.
So a big shot here for
If she slips back.
Elizabeth Bowles without the hammer. Down 2 in the 8th end. It's her first rock. Currently facing 2. Lots of guards in play. Not an easy way into the 4 foot.
I think you're soft. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Between edge of 12
this is
Leave it
light.
out there.
I'll throw a spinner.
And now for Team Buchy,
Try this side.
it's tempting, Melissa, to
sorry,
get
just
another
be
one
quiet.
in there. But if you do you leave, well, I guess you probably leave Lizzie with an out.
At this point, Jordan, I'm not sure you even need to come anywhere near the rings. I know it is extremely tempting, but if you throw it short, Liz has nothing. And at this point, you've got your 2 secured. So if you throw this anywhere outside the rings, you may or may not have a chance in your last one to score, to throw another one in there, but I wouldn't come anywhere near the rings at this point.
This one was really wide. Trying to get some late finish here to block off that draw path. And
Okay, well that did
they
nothing.
You heard Kayla say, well, that did nothing. It really hung out there for a long time.
It took its time, but it gives Lizzie something to think about. We saw her the last time they came this way. Lizzie was a little further out on her head and racked on a corner guard. Yeah, it does look like the draw is still there.
Given like a hair more ice.
Yeah, they have to squeak by that red one. Yeah, true.
It's probably yours though, Haley.
Jar to the 4
As
foot.
soon as we know we're good for line.
I know, right?
Don't
It
fall
was-
and hit the boards.
It was falling a bit. I was like, come on.
Maybe I was over-exaggerating with the rough ice a little bit in my spinner.
Slide on her first one, looking to be perfect here.
Would love to get this just tucked around that rock sitting, biting top 4. Tough, tough shot.
Go!
They get by, but it's a little heavy, and will slide to the 12 foot. So the draw weight struggles continue for Lizzie and her team.
Sneak by you
And
one more
Kayla
time.
has a
Good idea.
draw to the 4 foot, pretty much the same shot for 3.
Bite the 4.
Hot
Bit
again.
less, Jay. It's good.
Taking a little less ice than she did on the previous one. That first one of hers didn't curl much, so might have also got out there. But she has lots of space now just to pretty much bite the 4 foot.
It's falling.
And this
Saying
one's running the
it's-
same way as her first.
Whoa. Whoa.
Plan B.
Tap.
It's fine, Jay. It's fine.
They won't make it, but they will get their 2 in 8. They'll take a 4-point lead, 8-4, to end number 9 here in Victoria
Thank you.
at the 2020 BC Junior Championship.
My hearing isn't that bad.
Stop making excuses and do something about your hearing loss. Connect Hearing offers solutions that are discreet, reliable, and cost-effective. Book your free hearing test today.
No, you're good. Good throw, Cass.
2. We're tight, really tight. Really curling, guys. It's really taking off. It's really taking off, Kayla. Just let it sit. It's just gonna keep curling. All right.
Do you want to go
17-5.
Okay.
It's end number 9.
Line's tight.
Seen Team Buchy and Team Bulls.
Just top 12,
Team Buchy
girls,
up
no deeper.
8-4 in draw
Line's fine.
number 4
Line's really good.
of the 2020 BC Junior Championships
No deeper.
from the Victoria Curling Club.
Whoa, whoa.
Our next feature game is tonight at 7 o'clock.
You're in. Whoa, whoa,
More
whoa.
women's action.
Really
Team
nice
Taylor
pass.
versus Team Richards
3.
in a battle of 2 young and up-and-coming teams.
Good throws.
And again, it's 7 o'clock right here on Curl BC TV. You know, Jordan Kiss with Melissa Saligo. And a very important end here for
Line's good.
Team Bulls, Melissa. I'd say
Line's
Deuce
good.
is a must get
Line's really
here
nice.
at 9.
Definitely. They
Starting to
really
curl
need to
now.
get 2 here.
Start really curling now.
Cassidy, Team Buchy, through 2 great draws in the previous end, 2 great draws in this end, does not make it easy for Team Bulls to try and get something. So they've got 2 corners now.
Nice.
It's exactly what they want.
Oops.
Sasha Wilson making them both perfect.
I think what we've seen in this game is the difference of having draw weight can be for your team. We've seen Team Bulls struggle, left a couple points off the board on some missed draws. Well, especially later in this game, Team Buchy has really nailed down that time and the weight they need for that draw. So you see Cassie there with 2 great shots on her lead stones.
And that's just so key. It's so key. Sasha's had a couple struggles putting the guards up for her team, but she's made 2 great ones this end. So now it's all about trying to figure out how you can get at least a deuce out of this end.
Yeah, I like it. Just top 8.
So good shot there by Caitlin, but Team Bulls did the job to try and put up the guards. Now it's about coming around them and forcing Team Buchy to perhaps peel. But they didn't peel at all in the previous end, so I'm not sure that I can call that right now.
Again, it's one of those scenarios. Well, right now they're not set up too bad at the front, right? They got 2 rocks to the forefoot. They have a rock that's tight to the house.
Really curl.
And it's one of those things. It's very tempting just to, keep putting the pressure on. It's working, even though it's maybe what you normally wouldn't do in a situation like
I'm
this.
gonna tell it, Kayla. I'm really gonna tell it. 14-3.
And we do have a final on sheet D. Team Ballard were victorious over Team Mar. The Team Ballard going to 2-1. No, 1-2.
Whoa. Yep.
I should know this.
You definitely should know this. You're way younger than me.
Clean.
Well, 5 years younger, I mean, really.
Yeah, 5 years. Yes, you are 29, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Do you like one more round, or do you like just sitting on this?
Sweep it.
If you bump it a hair, that's
Yeah,
okay
Ballard
too.
1 and 2.
I
Of
like
course,
this
top
way.
3 teams on either side will make the playoffs.
They're just T-line.
First place team a bye to the final.
So Caitlin made the peel on the high blue guard, but it jammed in and it kind of pushed the one that was top 12 over a little bit into top 8. So there's 3 rocks kind of in a parallel position there. So Team Bulls looking to maybe freeze tap on the one in the center.
Yes for line. Yes for line. Yes for line.
Would be great to keep those rocks around. Don't need to remove them.
14-3.
So that is great. You created a nice little wall there for yourself, but looks like there's room to get this out.
Chip away.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Nice
Clean.
throw,
Clean. Yep.
And Jalen with a nice shot, but
My gosh, we're all over the place.
there is a
happening?
pocket
Sit right in it.
right there for Team Bulls.
Sorry, guys. I kind of ruined that.
Just T-line, Kayla.
Job number 1 done for sure.
T-line.
For Jalen, got rid of that blue stone. You're right, it does leave a bit of a pocket. Very small scoring area at this point.
Yeah.
So freeze on this one, see what Team Buchy does, and then you might have to make a play, move some things around.
Okay, you can
Update
go.
sheet
Line's
B.
really
Team
nice.
Taylor has a 6-4 lead, playing
really
Team
good, guys.
Douglas
Gotta
as
be
they
here.
are in the 10th end.
Hard, guys. Right to it, guys. Yep, for line. Hard, guys. Hard, guys. You got it. Go, Sasha. Go, Haley. Hard, hard, hard. Little farther, little farther. Okay, okay. Nice throw.
They
15-5.
will come up light, but still in a good spot.
It's in a good spot, but you have to think about tolerance on that shot, and the tolerance is to be a little bit heavy. It's okay to come right to it and bump it a bit.
15-5, Haley.
You want to try and make Team Buchy have the hardest shot possible, and the closer that rock is to the red ones, the harder it is obviously to remove it.
Whoa.
So pretty decent weight, but just a couple feet heavier would have been great.
Oh, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Oh, and they will jam it. and stick it, leaving the blue the shot stone.
That's okay.
Like that?
That's okay.
Pardon? Because that or we're just doing like that. I don't like that. You could sit here.
I don't know.
It's risky,
No, I
but it
didn't care about the hole.
looks
Like,
pretty
I was thinking
good.
to catch a back one. Like behind tee. Whatever you're comfortable with. No, it's all good.
The double? I don't
Team
think you need
Bulls
to play
doesn't
the double. I
have
think
any
play on
timeouts
this, you
left.
just gotta sit here for now. Yeah. I like this way.
Because they're gonna come in here.
That's okay. I didn't see a problem with either of them at all.
Gotta be careful not to leave a double. I think that's the main concern with this shot. Where else would you put this rock, Melissa?
Well, I think there's definitely a couple of other options. They could have thrown one, a tight guard and protect that blue stone and get their deuce that way. They could actually hit and flop over or tap and flop over and try and get their blue rocks as far apart as possible. I worry about what you just said, is that if you get too close, bring your rock in too close, that you will set up a double. And you had a little bit of a break from Team Buchy, so you don't want to give it back.
Yeah, peel.
Yeah, and I think
And
they just left a double.
I agree, and that was probably the only way you could do that. So
Yeah, might even left a triple too.
Really good line, though. Wrong edge.
But they just let Team Buchy off the hook as we're on to skip rocks.
I think if I mean, not that I would have called it, but even if you draw around your corner guard, at least you're getting your rocks farther apart, and there isn't this shot. But they've now left the double, as you say, and the only way there wouldn't have been a double is if that overcurled by another foot.
I didn't like hitting it because I thought it just gave him an easier.
So for Kayla, she just wants to hit. If she hits the inside of either of these two stones, they both should go.
Whoa.
She's really close.
Nice throw.
And then she will get both. Those will just slide under the blue, and the shooter will
Fabulous
pop on
shot.
through.
I give you only here. Yeah.
It's almost
'Cause we wanna
desperation
still
time
be
right
on
now.
this edge of it, so.
Needs a good freeze to try to get a 2 here in 9, down by 4.
Just freeze it, guys. Right
See
to it.
if Lizzie can find her draw weight. She was light on her
14-5
first
right now?
one in the
Kayla's
8th
in
end,
14.
heavy on her last, and maybe this time she could find that middle ground.
If anything, we want to put on a little bit of the side
hit the
of
other
it.
one first, just because I was hitting both of them so
All right,
thin.
let's make this one good.
I was thinking catch that one. That would have been crazy. It's okay.
It's down.
Update on sheet E. It was a score of 3 for Team Parkinson in end number 9. They now lead Team Reed 8-7, playing 10.
Far as you can take it.
As this rock from Lizzie will
We're laying.
come up
We're laying
short
2 for, that's okay. 2 for sure.
for third shot, fourth
I
shot.
don't mind this. I mean, what
Yeah,
she can't get.
I like coming in here, put the pressure on,
Oh, definitely.
maybe end the game here.
Top 4.
I think I gotta save my life today.
The where Liz's rock stopped, it's actually partially covering that stone in the
1-2,
back 4
but
foot.
if
So
we put it top
you put
4,
another
she
one
can't-
top
I don't
4
know.
half buried, and it's going to be
She can't
really
get to anything.
difficult
Maybe
for
one, but
Team
she's
Bulls to
gotta make
score.
it.
See where she does this.
Just a bit less,
We'll
Jay.
use the 7.
I can't remember all the way back, Jordan, but as you said, that same rock came up light in the previous end. I'm not sure if she's been light on a couple of others or not.
Yeah, it could
But
be that rock.
it's something to be make note of in your post-game meeting with your coach.
Can't remember because previous years they don't change the rocks and the handles. They don't switch them around.
No.
What I've been told. So
No.
I used these rocks once, and I remember on sheet C, one of the blue rocks, the skip rocks, was a troubled rock for when I last played in the 2017 juniors.
A little bit more ice? Yeah, just make sure to buy that one now. The draw?
But that rock from Kayla will be heavy, but still only a draw for 1 for Lizzie.
We just threw this. Oh yeah, it's just biting top 12, right? At 10's room. They're like back 4 for reference, yeah.
Yeah, Liz
give you
just
like-
saw this
yeah,
this
3,
exact
4
path
feet.
on the previous shot, so about 5 feet more weight.
Needs the button for her 1. Currently facing a bundle.
Room!
Line looks pretty good. It's all about the weight.
They got to get in there for weight. And they
Great
will.
shot.
A big clutch draw from Elizabeth Bowles here in 9. Will take her single. She'll trail by 3 into the 10th and final end in Victoria at the 2020 BC Junior Curling Championships.
Miles to go, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
We're a bit tight. We're really tight. We're really tight. Hard, guys. Over and off. Over. Over and off. Go. Ah. 20. No, she's back.
Final end here in Victoria.
Just covered mine.
Team Buchy with a 3-point lead. And they're going to throw the
Hope for the best.
first rock through as
You'll find out soon.
I really don't.
first rock from Team Bowles
You got it.
was hogged.
It was a 20.
That
Hog to hog. 20. And almost made it over.
That's one of the things that like light ice does to you too. You know you have to throw
Lots of
lighter
room,
than what
lots of
you're
room.
used to, but then you throw too light.
Right down the
and you
draw
get
path.
a time like a 20 hog to hog, which is it's like an insane time in a
Insane.
way. It really like 18. You usually consider 18 to be really
15
light,
too.
but a 20, and it almost made it over too.
And this is what happens, right? And for Sasha,
Yeah.
it's tough, right? It's tough to make that adjustment. You're like, oh my goodness, I can't be light again. So now she's added a few extra seconds on it, and now it slips into the ring. So not the best game for Sasha right now, but just a little struggle with draw weight.
Hard, you got it. Go hard.
Good.
They will peel it out. So Team Bowles just hoping for some misses. I think Cassie played a great game
She
for
did.
Team Buchy. She
She had a fabulous game.
That's okay. Got it.
just quietly did her job.
Line's nice. Right down Sasha's last run.
Helped her team to a 3-point lead here.
Line's really good, guys. Starting to curl. Still got to move a bit. Get it over there, Sash. Let's go. Hard, Sash. Let's go. Really good sweep, guys. 17-6.
Caitlin being asked to peel. It's a pretty open end right now, and obviously for Team Buchy, just elimination.
Yeah, clean, clean, clean. You're good.
So they got enough as Caitlin McGilvery makes the peel.
Yep.
Sorry. Thank you.
Line's nice. Same path. Sasha's rock still. Sasha's rock still.
Haley with the
Go ahead, guys.
guard.
Line's never an issue. Hard, guys. Can't hurt it. Let's go. Get it to that line, Sash. Get it to that line. Really good sweep. 17-7. Nice throws.
Slow, swallow. Clean, clean. Yep, yep.
Caitlin McGilvery, one more peel. And she makes it to perfection.
Thanks.
So 4 rocks left as we're on to third stones. Team Bulls needs 3 of these to count, and one more guard, then you're throwing it in the
Line's
house.
good. Okay, Sasha's rock still. Sasha's rock still. Not moving.
And we do have a final on sheet
Not
B,
moving yet.
Team Taylor
Whoa, whoa, not
defeating
moving.
Team Douglas.
It's got to sit.
It's Team Taylor in our feature matchup at 7 o'clock versus Team
All right.
Richards.
15-9.
Peel.
Jalen Carter now.
Yep.
Make it go away, roll out if you can.
Clean, clean.
No mistakes here made by Team Buchy in this 10th end.
Really not much at all in the second half of this game. Since the 6th end, it's been all Team Buchy. They have been playing excellent. They've made a lot of shots.
Little tight for line. Curling early. Line's better now. Okay, gotta be here, girls.
Really need this one to be in
Line's
the rings.
really good. Hard, girls, let's go.
Needs it to count.
Hard.
Haley and Sasha
Hard,
working
Haley,
hard.
go. Hard, Haley, hard, Haley, hard, Haley, hard, hard, hard.
They
Oh,
will
sweep.
just get it there.
Good rush.
16-1. Your first one just kept gliding. 15-9, 15-85. Thought it would stop sooner.
So last rock here for
Kate.
Jalen Carter. Make it go away, and you win the game.
Clean, clean.
Nice, well
Good
done.
game, ladies.
And that will be handshakes here. Team Buchy will
Right
pick
there.
up the victory. They will go to 2-1.
Tonight.
Oh, we're done. We're done for the
And
day. Yeah.
Team Bulls 1 and 2 at the final score, 8-5,
play
and that
3
will
games
wrap
and
up
call it a
our
day, you know?
draw
That's how
4
it goes.
coverage
Yeah, you
from
guys.
here
Good luck
in
tonight.
Victoria. Our next,
Yeah,
again,
we
as
didn't-
mentioned, our next game, 7 o'clock, Team Taylor versus Team Richards. We talked yesterday. I think there's so many
by the
Richards
way.
on all
See
levels
you
of
later.
curling here in BC. It's, you get them confused sometimes. But that will be coming up at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep be notified for the next game and all of the games of this event, plus exclusive interviews, as I will be talking to Kayla Buchy after this one. And from Melissa Saligo, I am Jordan Kiss. Thank you for joining us. And again, we'll talk to you very soon.
Yeah, we do.
My hearing isn't that bad.
Stop making excuses and do something about your hearing loss. Connect Hearing offers solutions that are discreet, reliable, and cost-effective. Book your free hearing test today.